bizarre stories from subscribers. Hello, my name is Kadu and I have a scary story to tell. It all started at school, a place that was never the same for me again. I was in the school cafeteria ready to get my plate of food when I saw something that terrified me. Man, I was really hungry. It was recess time, so I was heading to the cafeteria, right? Ready to get what I needed. My plate of food, when I saw something that terrified me. A guy was near the pots, but the lunch ladies didn't notice him. I kept looking at that man, and I figured he was a ghost. He wasn't actually present. No one saw him. He was pale, really old, and wore a cook's apron. His empty eyes stared at me. I think he realized that I saw him, you know? Before I could run away, I saw something even more horrible. He started putting a special seasoning in everyone's food, but this seasoning wasn't something good. It was larvae, man. He regurgitated the stuff right into the big pot, dude. Those slimy things came out of his mouth and straight into the food. I tried to warn my friends and teachers, but nobody believed me. However, as time went by, the kids at school started acting strange. Everyone seemed slower, had trouble concentrating, and started getting bad grades. I was affected too, apparently. I started feeling the same thing, man, that everyone else was feeling. Difficulty concentrating, bad grades. And I started blaming my low grades on the macabre seasoning that Ghost had put in the food. I told my mom about it, but she thought I was making up stories just to avoid getting scolded for my bad grades. But things got worse. My belly started to mysteriously grow, and I couldn't understand why. I had stopped eating at school, right? But it didn't help. A week later, my belly got even bigger, man. It became gigantic, and I didn't wake up that day. It was like I was in a coma. I was admitted to the intensive care unit, and the doctors found out I was full of parasites in my stomach. Fortunately, after a month, I went back to school. But everything was already different. Other children weren't as lucky as I was. There were several deaths there. And nobody knew what was happening. Only I knew the truth. But who would believe a story like that? I told my friends that the ghost cook was putting something bad in that food. But it was hard to make anyone believe. The school staff replaced the water tank, thinking there might be some parasite in it or that a rat had died and fallen in, making the children sick. But I don't believe that. That experience marked me forever, even after everything. I keep trying to warn people about what I saw. And I could never go into that kitchen again, man. I won't even go there to get water. Are you crazy? Even today, a lot of people have a huge belly at that school, and they walk around like zombies. I already know what it is. Guys, I released another comic in the store. Cartoon Cat vs. Siren. It's a story that takes place in a land destroyed by these bizarre creatures and shows the fight between these two titans. Who will be the winner of this battle? That's the big question we all want to know. And if you don't know, we have the story of Leo and Grandma in an adventure against the forces of evil. Children from the neighborhood are mysteriously disappearing. What could be happening? Will Leo and Grandma be able to solve this mystery? We have other comics too. Add the store's WhatsApp and we'll assist you. Hello Leo, my name is Ryan and I'm 11 years old. I have a creepy story to tell you. One time I was at school and it was time to leave. I had a bike and, together with my friends, I loved to race to see which bike was the best, which was the fastest, or who was the best cyclist, right? Because in the end it's us who pedal, you know? So I got on my bike and did the race. But I found a shortcut through the forest. It cut the way. I'm gonna get ahead of those fools. So I went through there. Halfway through, my bike hit a rock, man, and I fell hard on the ground. I scraped my knee and the chain, it came off, man. Actually, it broke. So I had to walk with my bike. Man, in the end, that shortcut made me late, right? While I was going through the woods, I saw an old cabin there. The door was half open. I decided to see if there was anyone there to help me. When I went into the cabin, everything was old, messy, and broken. I saw a picture of a lady and her daughter. I decided to leave because I was starting to get scared, but now the door was closed. Didn't I leave it open? And the inside of the house lit up. It looked like everything was different. There were the lady and her daughter looking at me. They were sitting at the table. Lunch was served. My God, what is this? So I said, "Hello ma'am, my bike chain broke. Do you have any tools I could use?" "A pair of pliers, a hammer, that's enough to fix it." "Yes, I do, but aren't you hungry, young man? Join us and have something to eat. Then we'll fix your bike problem." The smell was good, man. It even seemed like a feast. Her daughter didn't say anything. She just kept looking at me. She was really pretty, so I sat down to eat. Looking closely now, the house was spotless inside. Until just a little while ago, I had the impression that everything was old and falling apart. Am I going crazy? When I grabbed the chicken leg and took a bite, I felt a slight pain in my arm, man. But I didn't care. It must be some after effect from the fall, right? And now I'm feeling my body getting cold, so I kept eating, and that pain kept getting worse. Until suddenly I heard my friends calling me. It sounded like they were really far away, and suddenly their voices got louder. I just felt a slap on my face that knocked me to the ground, man. I fell off the chair, everything was messed up again, and now my friends are calling me, "Hey Ryan." "Wake up, man, are you crazy? What are you doing in this cabin?" I was in an absurd illusion created by those two. And actually, what was the chicken? Actually, it was my arm, man. I was biting my own arm, that's right. My friends even tried to warn me not to take that shortcut, but I was way ahead of them, right? And they couldn't say anything right away. Man, I had never been through something like that. My arm was messed up. It had a bite mark. At home, I told my mom it was a dog, right? Because she wouldn't believe me if I told her the truth. My mom took me to the hospital, right? That same day, man, I got the shot, got some stitches there. I had a bunch of stitches on my arm, but after a while, man, I got better. However, I never went through that place again. Are you crazy, man? To this day, I keep wondering who those two were. Were they there to take my soul or something like that? Was I meant to be their feast? They served all that food, but it was just an illusion.